So in case you haven't worked it out yet, my feed is very eclectic.
Yes.
Lots of weird stuff here.
Yes.
We're just scratching the surface of weirdness.
Awesome. Hi everyone, welcome to What's on Your Feed. My guest today is Ben Sorensen. He's a voiceover artist and a media personality from Australia. He also runs a comedy venue in Melbourne. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much.
Such a joy for the Flamingo and I to be here.
Thank you for coming along with him.
Although Flamingo is a little bit quiet, but you know it's okay. I will do the talking on behalf of the Flamingo.
Great.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear the flamingo talking after all.
I mean, what does a flamingo have to say anyway?
Honk.
You know, honk. Now I know what a flamingo sounds like. On the upside, flamingos can't get COVID.
He can breathe to your face. There's no problem.
Can be closer than 1.5 meters.
Yeah, sure.
Melbourne is COVID free. I mean, it only took us 6 or 7 months of lockdown to do that. But I think that's why your podcast really speaks to me, is because when you're in lockdown, what's on your feed is just about all you've got.
That's the whole world.
Whole life. I remember during lockdown on Instagram, when you go through everything, Instagram will pop up with a little thing that says you're up to date. There are no new posts today, and you go,
nothing new in the world. Yeah.
It's 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm already 7 beers in. It's just breakfast beers.
It's an amazing way to start the day.
I really felt like I won then, because I've gone, the whole universe cannot post enough to keep up with these fingers.
Exactly. And then it's only 10 a.m., so you have the whole rest of the day for yourself.
Whole day to do nothing, locked inside at home. So good.
Perfect. So can we go through what you go through?
Yeah, let's have a look at
Minchin.
Well, look,
Minchin is Australian.
He is Australian, and he is a dead set genius and such a nice fella. So on my list. But I do want to bring the first one on my feed is indeed Aspergers from the inside. I have autism. I mask very well, but I found a lot of really useful and interesting information and conversations from this page, Aspergers from the inside. Now, Paul is the guy that hosts it. He's a really great guy. He also has autism as well. And he's just one of the most articulate and kindest people that I've met in a long time. And he has this wonderful way of describing different situations for neurologically diverse people so that neurologically typical people can understand. And there's a lot of comfort in it. And he does such a great job of it. It's definitely worth checking out. And every neurologically typical person should actually check it out too, because he talks about a lot of things that affect just everyone. It's a really wonderful channel, Aspergers from the inside, and he's got 115,000 subscribers at the moment, which is just such a joy.
Great,
people enjoying his content and sharing it. So it's really wonderful. Check it out. They're great videos.
Oh, amazing! I'm very curious. This is something that it's noticeable, actually.
Yeah, it's definitely something that changes my day-to-day life. How my brain works. But not in a bad way. Now that I've worked out how to deal with it, but it's a little bit different. It means I view the world a bit differently. My social skills are a bit different to everyone else's. I'm very, very good at some things, but then absolutely terrible at other things. It's challenging and it's fun at times, but most of all, it burns a lot of energy. So I can burn bright and have conversations with you and, go out and do shows and things like that. And I just need to be aware of having total downtime. So for me, it's a spectrum. So everyone's a little bit different. I have trouble recognizing, it takes a lot of energy for me to recognize and remember faces and read facial cues and expressions. So I find that really challenging sometimes. Thankfully for you and I, it's really easy because we're just having fun here. So this is really great. And I also really love how joyous and expressive you are.
Oh, great. So this makes it easy.
Makes it so much easier, and it's absolutely a joy to speak to you.
Oh, great. So this is amazing awareness. I'm really curious about this.
And also great entertainment as well.
Awesome.
Paul does such a great job there. Take an hour out of your day and click around, have a look.
I will definitely have a good look at it.
Definitely check it out. Now,
Great.
while we're talking about amazing things that can possibly make people's experience of the world better, make it easier and happier place for everybody to live.
Sounds great.
I know we're winning so far, aren't we?
Yeah.
There's an organization that I do some work with called EcoForce Global. So we have a lot of droughts in Australia, and farmers, of course, have some problems with that because they struggle to keep their stock alive and things like that. So Charles originally was such a generous and wonderful philanthropist. He set up a charitable organization to provide feed and water and necessities for these farmers struggling with the drought. He built Rural Aid up to be a $100 million charity, and now he's left that, and this is his new project. So Rural Aid deals with the immediate effects of drought. EcoForce Global deals with how do we actually stop droughts from happening.
Oh, okay.
It's a really wonderful environmental business, and what it's about is planting trees. It's really simple. So taking carbon from the atmosphere and popping it into trees. And along that journey, there's a lot of really great videos that they put out talking about the science behind climate change, talking about all of the different things that we can do to make a difference on this planet one tree at a time. And I may host a podcast for EcoForce Global as well.
Oh, great.
Where we talk about environmental news every week. So EcoForce Global is definitely there. Check them out on YouTube. They are definitely on my feed. What else have I got on my list? So this guy is colinfurze. He's one crazy cat. He takes crazy ideas and he makes them. Jet-powered roller skates, and he made a real functioning James Bond car and all sorts of cool stuff. And loves drinking tea. So
it's probably the simplest thing he does. Is drinking tea.
Yeah, drinking tea. There's some really cool punk music there. Like it's just wonderful. It's such a joy to watch Colin build crazy stuff. So he is a welcome addition to my feed. He's pumping out videos and he just does some really epic projects. Just scrolling down here, a jet-powered cart, a
BMW crazy.
Gas-heated umbrella.
Oh my God.
It's insane. It's literally insane. But
Jesus
so
Christ.
Cool.
Yeah, no, I get it how he's so popular.
I'm surprised it's live.
Yeah.
Now, this is an account that in the early days of YouTube, I actually followed quite a bit. And he's an American guy, and he is a wonderful musician and such a talented producer. So Hugo Schneider. Basically what Kurt does is gets amazing singers and puts them together and makes just wonderful mashups and arrangements of popular songs.
Oh, wow.
And makes really great video clips for them for YouTube. So it's wonderful. And you can actually track back the evolution of the account and the singers. Had some great people on there, and he's done some great work. So definitely worth, if I'm having a sad day or a quiet day or something, his
Just
stuff
come
just
here.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
Talking about shit that I can't, I said a naughty word.
It's all right.
Okay, good. While we're talking about shit that I can't do, Jayden Rodrigues. He's a Sydney bloke from Australia. Really, really great guy. So I'm fortunate enough to host a chunk of the Comic-Cons and Supernovas and those sort of events here in Australia.
Yeah.
And that's where I actually first met Jayden. And, can that boy dance? So
he's a dancer.
He's a dancer. So and also a good fella. So there is so many videos here of him doing just some amazing dancing. Absolutely wonderful. Great tunes. He's also got how-to videos. So if you're sick of your class at the gym or you don't like Zumba, Jayden
just try some of the.
Yeah, and you know what? I've just looked across on Jayden can teach you how to jerk. I think he's talking about something different.
Yes.
Pretty sure he is.
It's only 2 minutes, so that's not bad. How to jerk in 2 minutes. which is all right. I can lose 2 minutes to up my game.
It's a race and I keep winning. But you know, he's absolutely wonderful. Definitely worth checking out. Really,
Yeah,
really
yeah, great.
Wow, geez, what else have we got?
What
Let's
else?
talk about couch Tater. So I did a fair bit of work with the Comic Cons and like Twitch streamers and stuff like that. And there was one fella that I met who has now become a really, really great friend of mine. And he's streaming. He's a very, very talented videographer and editor, but he's also a bit all right at gaming. Well, so he's got his YouTube channel called Couch Tater, and he plays, as one would expect, a lot of games. And Among Us is the one that everyone's playing at the moment.
Right.
And he's just got some really great, really witty little videos there. And you can also check him out on Twitch too. Definitely lots of fun. Really, really great guy. I've done a heap of stuff with him, and he's just so wonderful and such a joy.
Awesome.
All about streaming and gaming. So totally different. Also something that I enjoy watching as an unwind for me. So in case you haven't worked it out yet, my feed is very eclectic. Lots of weird stuff there.
Yes.
We're just scratching the surface of weirdness.
Awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah.
I also find Couch Tater really good because I like carbs lots. And if I'm not eating carbs because I'm trying to look skinny for a TV thing or something, Couch Tater enables me to feel like I'm getting carbs without getting carbs.
Yeah, okay, you just eat the title.
We talked about lockdown before, and this is a relatively new page for me. These guys are from the UK who are still in lockdown, and they're a little bit crazy. This is Toyah and Robert's Sunday lunch. So they're in their kitchen.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Check this out. In their kitchen with a bubble machine. So they're just wonderful.
Wow.
It's so daggy and so much fun, and you know, they just look like they just have so much fun. And you can see down here that they dress up a lot, and they're just doing covers of all these really great rock songs. Look, just so great. So check it out.
Awesome.
Just so much fun.
Yeah, people got really creative on lockdown.
I know, and I hope that when I get to that age, I'm having as much fun in my kitchen as well playing rock music. You know? Just brilliant. Okay, so from rock music, let's go back to comedy for a second. So the venue that I run is part of the Melbourne International Comedy Festival.
The Comedy Festival, yeah.
Comedy Festival is really wonderful and such a great time for not only Australian comedians to get together, but usually international comedians too. So this year, we weren't able to have a lot of the great comedians from overseas that we would normally have to party with us and make us laugh. So they did a whole heap of online stuff, and they actually post some really great sets from some brilliant Australian comedian. It is one of the most connected and wonderful festivals that I've been part of. So I just have so much joy because it's really great quality video, because a lot of the videos that they do here are taken from the TV specials from the Melbourne Comedy Festival. Fiona O'Loughlin's really cool. Michelle Brazier. There's also Paul McDermott, +1. Very, very clever. Dave O'Neill's kind of cool. Claire Hooper's awesome. Just so many really, really great comedians.
You know, I'm kind of happy that I don't know any of them. So there's a lot of stuff to get to know.
And that's what I use it for as well. It's a great discovery tool.
Yes.
So yeah, there's so many really amazing humans there that you can check out that will indeed make you laugh.
So the Melbourne Comedy Festival just happened this year?
Oh yes, yes, it's just finished. I've just packed down my venue, and
do you know how incredible that sounds for most of the world?
Look, I know.
It's incredible.
Last year, we were ready to do it. We had everyone booked in. We had posters printed. We had flights booked, everything, accommodation sorted, everything taken care of, staff employed. And then lockdown. Literally had to cancel my entire venue, and by extension, the entire comedy festival as well. It was really, really hard. So we didn't even know what a lockdown was at that stage.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Now in Melbourne, we're all over that. We know exactly what a lockdown is. And look, it's all really unpredictable at the moment still. So the pathway out of COVID, super slow, super cautious. But I like financially really, really hard. But I also love the fact that it's a bit of a slow start. And it will be for every economy around the world.
Yeah, it will,
to make sure that it's safe. It was a lot of extra work, but we did, I think everybody
But
did
you
something.
made it.
We made it. So we did the whole festival and there was not one outbreak.
Oh,
Courtesy of the Comedy Festival. So
that's such great news.
we were really happy about that. So the next one is comedy related. And people outside of Australia may not get it, but it's very special for Australians. And it's a joy to share this little snippet of Australian culture for you.
Great.
This is ClarkeAndDawe. John Clarke, Brian Dawe. So John Clarke sadly passed away. They are two political satirists. So they're very, very clever, very funny people. We have a news program on our public broadcaster, which is the ABC here, which is the 7:30 report. And it's been going since the dawn of time. And every Friday, they would allocate a couple of minutes for a skit about politics this week in Australia that ClarkeAndDawe would put together. And this is the library of all of those shows. So, I think through comedy, we get the most accurate and honest news sometimes.
Yes.
All of the major things that have happened in Australian politics, you can
for
find
the last years.
there. And it's very, very funny. And they have why I like them and why I still think that they're relevant is the way that they did their comedy was absolutely, it's a very unique style. And everything they do is in the same style. It is an interview. All of these are just interviews between the two comedians.
All right.
And they are speaking from a different point of view each and every time. And it's really wonderful. If you're interested in the history of Australian comedy and Australian politics, this is definitely the one to go to. Okay, let's have some music now. Again, typically Australian, but something that everyone can enjoy. This is Triple J. They do this thing called Like a Version. I really enjoy hearing some of the great songs that are remade. And the one I want to bring everyone's attention to is, have you heard of a little group called the Wiggles?
No.
So the Wiggles are Australian, and they are indeed what I would arguably call the world's most popular children's band. So the Wiggles did a cover of Tame Impala's Elephants. And wow, it was just such a great video. It's like an elephant shaking his big red trunk. He knows that you're dreaming about being loved by him. Look at the elephant.
Yeah.
Anyway,
crazy.
Fantastic. You just
visually.
can't get better than that. Visually amazing. So before we go to some of the other stuff, let's really look at some of the deeper stuff that's on my
all right.
feed. I love science. I love science like you wouldn't believe. There are some really, really wonderful data-driven science pages. So if we have a look at this, Science Insider, they answer some really great questions and you can see them talk to some experts, which is something that the internet needs more of, is actual genuine experts. Data-driven, peer-reviewed stuff.
Yes.
Not Karen from Facebook that reckons something's bad. You want actual experts. Look, these guys are really great. They're talking about debunking myths for a lot of them, and also news in science. For example, unrelated to this, we had the COVID vaccine. There's a lot of people saying vaccines, give you autism or something. I had autism before.
You had before.
Every vaccine I get just makes me more and more autistic or something. I got superpowers now, whatever that is. So we had the AstraZeneca. When you go to the website, you can actually read the actual phase 3 trial documents. And you can go, that mum's group on Facebook that says this happens. Here's the actual data from the phase 3 trials. None of that happened. That's not real. You reckon there's such and such in it. Okay, well, let's have a look because it's all here in the research. It's really easy to find. This is why I don't get it. It must just be people that can't read.
Yeah.
You know what? In the ingredients list, I did not see one microchip.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some people wouldn't expect.
Yeah, I know. And I don't even know how they're managing to get microchips into needles that small. But anyway, I love science and I think it's really, really great. And in Australia, we have an organization, which is our central scientific research organization called, big reveal, the CSIRO. So CSIRO are wonderful. They have a great nerdy sense of humor, which I love. And they post some really great videos on science communication relating to Australia and also some of the larger projects that globally they're also involved in, because the science community is really wonderful at going, hey, you did some research on this specific thing, and I'm looking at this other thing. How about we work together?
Yeah, exactly. No nations.
What a crazy idea.
Yeah, unbelievable. They have to be scientists think something so genius. Like collaborating.
CSIRO is a wonderful page, and they've got some really interesting stuff there as well. That's why they're on my list.
Yeah.
And look, I'm going to say, look, there's two musical ones that I'm going to save for the very end.
All right.
So we've talked about science and the importance of science and the importance of data-driven information.
Yeah.
It's peer-reviewed.
Yeah.
It's real.
Not Karen.
Yeah, not Karen's from the internet. All right, so
School of Life.
You know what's going on. I think that this is a wonderful way to remind yourself every day how to be a less shit human.
Yes.
The world closes in on you and you go, oh my God, I just want to punch everyone in the face.
Then
you get video from the School of Life going,
yeah.
I understand that you want to punch people in the face. Here's why.
Yeah.
How do I find out more about the world? How do I find out more about feelings in a science-based way or a fact-based way? How do I, move forward in this world? And let's not decide stuff. Let's just try best practice and go, okay, well, is this working? Yes or no? Okay, well, how do we make it better?
Yeah.
How do we evolve positively? So I really love the School of Life. Philosophy is wonderful and it's a great way to think, but I think the School of Life just packages it
beautifully, yeah.
Okay, now 3 musical geniuses that I'd like to put out there. So this one is probably the most left field one of the list. And it is the Barbershop Harmony Society.
Wow. Wow.
They're really cool. Barbershop's quartet. So I, back in the dark ages, sang with the Queensland Youth Choir.
Oh, you did?
In Queensland. And we were a choral group. So we had like 4 and 8-part harmony groups, and we would go around to functions and events and sing, and we'd practice and do a heap of stuff. So I really love that. I really love a cappella singing. I think it's very clever how these guys are doing it. And Barbershop is like next level. And there's so much humor in some of these as well, which is just really lovely, and so much skill as well. So definitely check it out.
Yeah,
not for everyone, but lots of fun.
It's not exposed to everyone, actually. I only listen to barbershop musicians in cartoons, which is a pity. Now I have the chance.
Now you have the experience.
Yeah, you still sing. This is something that you do professionally, or...
You know what? I did for a bit, and then I realized that I wasn't very good at it.
So talk now.
I found it. My thing is just talking and making people laugh, which is really surprising being a straight white guy. Sharing my opinion, Anyway.
Shocking.
I know, big shock. I think this has kind of come full circle, actually, because this is Tim Minchin.
Yes!
Tim Minchin, dead set bloody legend. Australian, very clever, talks about some really, really big concepts. In his
Yes,
music.
yes.
He's done Absence of You was one of the, he spent, if you follow him on social media as well, he did a lot of that during lockdown as well. So he painted up the piano and did all of this different stuff. And you can see behind the scenes stuff and also some just wonderful shows and joyous shows that he's done all over the place. And I just think he's a wonderful human and worthy of our attention.
Yes.
In making the world just that little bit better and just that little bit funner.
Funnier.
So Tim Minchin, absolutely amazing. Who else have we got left on my list? This next YouTube page is of one of my most amazing comedic finds in Australia.
Yes.
She is absolutely brilliant and such a powerhouse human. This is the amazing Jude Perl. Now, she's done some really wonderful and very funny and very clever songs. She's a musical, very much a musical comedian. Look, she's done some great stuff. So it's beautifully put together. Jude is just such a witty, clever woman.
Wow, awesome.
So Hamish is there. She's also got a great song called I'm a Good Person. And lots of great stuff. Absolutely amazing.
Awesome. This looks so good.
Incidentally, she also does my personal favorite cover ever of No Scrubs.
Oh, really?
No, Scrub is a guy who thinks he's fine. He's also known as a buster. Always thinking about what he wants and just sits on his broke ass. So no, I don't want no scrub. Scrub is a guy can't get no love from me.
Funny, super smart, great musician, just great. So every year at the comedy festival, or when you do a festival, you'll have a discovery. You'll have someone that is new for you, or someone that is just goes, oh wow, why did I not know about you before? This year, Jude Perl was my holy crap, you're amazing.
She exists.
Where did you come from? You know, and Jude's just like, I've been around for ages. Where the fuck have you been? So so yeah, she's super amazing.
Awesome.
Again, worthy of our time and support and laugh.
Great. Very nice to know about her. Can we go to the top 5?
Geez, top 5, I reckon. School of Life.
School of Life.
Because it's amazing. Yeah, coming in at number 5. Number 4, I know that most of the audience around the world probably won't get it, but I really love it because I grew up with it. ClarkeAndDawe, just because they're amazing.
Yes.
Number 3, colinfurze, because it's just crazy. And the top 2, I think, would have to be Melbourne Comedy Festival, because there's such a really wonderful range of people and things there. And number 1 by far is Jude Perl, because I just think she's such a creative guru at the moment.
Awesome. Great to have her on number 1.
I just think she's wonderful. And you know what? There's in Australia, comedy or big name comedy is largely white male dominated. So being a straight white guy, I am sort of at the top of the privileged tree. So I think it's really important for us to encourage a lot of other really amazing, talented, diverse voices.
Yeah.
So that we can understand and we can hear stories from other amazing people out there. And I think that disproportionately in Australian comedy, there's a bit too many straight white guys.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I think we should be giving a lot of attention to, Jude Perl and some of the other wonderful people on the Comedy Festival website as well, is to hear those different perspectives and those different stories so that we can learn through that. And it's wonderful. It's just such a joy.
Yeah.
And, then we'd never have the opportunity to, see a flamingo in the background.
Yeah. That's what we both have flamingos on the background. I also had a flamingo all the time here.
Amazing. The same long name. That was the original flamingo.
It was. It turned into that.
Do you know what?
This is science. Ben, this is science.
Totally science.
Dinosaurs are science.
Yeah, they are. I can't actually think of the name of that dinosaur.
Brachiosaurus.
Brachiosaurus, that's it. And I think that is one of the problems when you get older. Nobody asks you what your favorite dinosaur is. And I love.
What was your favorite dinosaur?
Do you know what? It was T-Rex. But having said that, I think the more I learn about dinosaurs, the more I like them. So there was actually a new thing on I Fucking Love Science talking about a flying dinosaur that they have just discovered that had opposable thumb.
Fuck no, really? Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus.
So, prehistoric flying creature named Monkey Dactyl.
Monkey dactyl.
So, Monkey Dactyl, there you go. Very muscular little arms.
What a physique. It's in a better shape than me.
Yeah, way better shape than me. So when the doctor asked, how often do you exercise? I said 3 times, and he's going like, a day, a week, a month? And I went, I've given you my answer 3 times. And I stand by my answer.
Ben, this was an amazing show. Thank you so much for sharing all this. This was very eclectic. You are a very, very interesting person. I'm very glad to have this conversation. This is very cool.
Thank you so much. And thanks for having such a fun podcast and such a fun attitude. I am always happy to chat to you, mate. It's been absolutely a
Thank you very much. We also do trivia shows.
Yes.
I have a question for you. I have a trivia question because I just realized the first album, the first CD that I bought is a pop band from Queensland, and I bought it in 1998. Who are them?
Pop band in Queensland. Oh, wow.
They were huge. They had a huge hit in 1998.
Geez, I want to say, part of me wants to say George.
No.
No, okay. They're not really pop. They were like alternative pop.
Right. No, these are legit pop.
It wouldn't be Bardot, would it?
No.
Okay, give me some more hints. Oh, I love this. I used to live in Queensland. I grew up in Queensland.
Oh, really? Okay.
What is this?
It's 2 names. There are 2 dudes.
Extremely pop. No. I know. 2 guys. And they lived in Logan, and which is like a really dodgy suburb. They did really well. And they are Savage Garden.
Yeah! You got it.
Oh, wow.
You got it, yeah.